Howdy y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we ended up seeing a awesomely predicted new 52-week high for Palantir Technologies. Now I know I've been saying it through video after video, if y'all have been following along, that we were going to end up seeing our next bull run was going to end up breaking through our new high, and sure enough, here it is, and we did it. So now the question is, can we hold on to this bull run and continue into new heights and not having to worry about resistance levels anymore? Because used to, we would come in and we looked at our resistance levels here where we had two tabs come in at $125 a share, and we were sitting here looking at this all-time 52-week high that we double tapped both times here, and then we were coming back and we were looking at a short resistance line down here at about the $106 to $107 a share, where we were coming in and kind of rebounding off between this line here once we had a breakthrough on this side where we came down during the hard market volatility with all the tariffs through China and all the rest of the market uncertainty with America's day that brought on tariffs across the entire world. So, but back into the present, we've been able to touch off of this resistance line, and we've been playing here in two different sets, but we finally ended up breaking through all the way across. So now that we've broken through, it's just going to depend on what we end up coming up with next, which after today, with Trump meeting with the Saudi Arabians in the Middle East, he ended up bringing along Palantir, NVIDIA, and a slew of other companies as well, along with Elon Musk, with him talking about Tesla and all of his robots and a lot of new things that he's coming out with, and especially boosting Starlink to the Middle East as well. But for Palantir being so heavy on the defense budget, Trump even fully announced that they plan on buying a huge amount of Americans' defense. So if they decide that they're going to buy this huge amount of American defense, well, Palantir is attached to a lot of that defense, with them also trying to reshape the defense budget. That not only gives more to Palantir from America, but it also doubles down whenever we turn to sell it to other countries. So with our new scale coming up, where we ended up touching and having one breakthrough, then we came back and tested the resistance, and then we ended up with our second breakthrough. Now the question is going to be, where are we going from here? Now, back to the Saudi Arabia point, they're going to end up making deals of their own. So it's possible that Palantir could see specific contracts come directly out of Saudi Arabia with different defense companies that they may have in their country, as long as it doesn't end up crossing wires with America's contracts, because there are certain things that you can and cannot sell when you contract with the American government. And with Palantir's AI stability, they might not be able to stretch too far, but they probably could get some definite heavy subsidies in all of these new markets that's going to be opening up to Palantir. So, but another small thing that came in really well with Palantir to even boost this up a little bit more is Archer Aviation, which we had talked about in my last video. They ended up surging huge because of their joint with Palantir. But now, like I said in the last video, since they joined in with Palantir, they were gonna become something to do with the military. Originally, Archer was just a specific contractor that created vertical takeoff and landing vehicles to make air taxis. So more or less just a taxi in the sky that's made up of a two-rotored helicopter. So with them starting that and trying to make a large business out of that, just being a part of practically the air industry, the flight industry, then you add in Palantir's technology along with their software and AI, then it wasn't but a matter of time before they already started getting knocks on their door for a defense contract. So that's just yet another path that Palantir is going to be able to gain more contracts through, even with different companies. So, and Archer Aviation has been kind of a startup company, but they've been able to prove further and further that they have been able to show that they can do more and more with their vertical takeoff and landing vehicles. So that's just yet another reason why Palantir also had this great jump as well. And I plan on bringing in Archer Aviation into our rocket stock segment, so be on the look for that later on this week. Now, besides that, the reason why we didn't end up getting to hold on top of our 130 was because towards the end of the day, they ended up having Kathy Wood ended up dumping a huge amount of stock, even whenever they realized that Archer Aviation was coming into the picture. So so Palantir hit the all-time high, and they said, okay, we broke the resistance, let's go ahead and get out. So they got out, and they got out in a big way, so it hurt the stock a little bit, but it wasn't anything big enough or strong enough to dampen the news that we had to continue keeping up in this breakthrough to stay above our resistance line down here. So now the test is going to be, are we going to be able to stay above our 125, and are we going to keep resistance moving up forward? Or is something going to end up happening as well where we're going to end up coming back down below 125 and we stay in between the lines? But also another thing, like I had said back in my previous video as well, that Bank of America said that they gave Palantir a price target of $150 a share. That is something that nobody has mentioned yet. We've had our 118s, our 120s, our 112s, but Bank of America came out and they said, nope, Palantir, you're going places, baby, and here it is at 150. So that's definitely not something that I'd leave in the shade for y'all, just because there's not a whole lot of publicity that's been going on with Bank of America pushing for Palantir in the back half. So because they're a big corporation, and that could end up having big publicity, could push back on Bank of America a little bit. But bringing the news to y'all so y'all can see just what a giant bank and a big corporation sees in a potential of a company as good as Palantir Technologies. So, with all that being said, I hope y'all liked the video. If you do, please leave a like. If there's a different stock that you like, that you have in your portfolio, please leave it down in the comments below. I'd love to be able to check out another stock and share it with the rest of the community. And also, if you have any suggestions on the video as well, if there's anything that you think could be improved, or if there's something else that you'd like to see, drop in the comments below as well. So, this is the Stock Warden, riding off. See y'all come back now, you hear?